through our time of studying this little book of Jonah. And we've seen the upheavals in his life, even this very brief period of time, this little short glimpse of the life of Jonah and his frustration, and him being a man of God, a seasoned man of God, who'd probably been sent on these type of missions before. And he'd seen the mercy of God. And he even said this in his prayer. He says, you're a gracious God and you're merciful. But mercy wasn't what Jonah was looking for. Jonah was looking for success in his ministry, in the aspect that when he went and preached to a big city like Nineveh that you're going to be destroyed, he wanted that to happen because his own reputation was on the line. And as I've said this during this teaching, I see his frustration. I see so many ways where he was just out of line as a preacher, as a prophet of God. He was just out of line because his ministry wasn't connecting with the heart of God, because God is a God of mercy, and he's a God of peace and understanding and patience and forgiveness. And Jonah wasn't wanting to have anything to do with all of that. He was about hey, you told me to preach this. I want you to do what you tell me to preach. And if I say there's going to be destruction, I want there to be destruction. Well, the thing is that that's not the heart of God. Not at all. Because you see, in the heart and mind of God, we have to understand that there is a way that seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof is destruction. In other words, it's understanding what is the heart of God. Some scriptures that just have come to my mind through this. One is in the Psalms where it says, except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that built it. And then he talked about the house that was built upon the sand, and how that the storms of life came and just battered that house, and it fell because it wasn't based upon the true heart and principles of God and the very nature of God, which is all about forgiveness, mercy, and grace, and God's great love for humanity. Sometimes we forget about that. But remember, John 3:16, for God so loved the world. I mean, that means he loves humanity, even when humanity is unlovely. Many times it's hard for us humans to be able to truly grab hold of that and understand that God, when he looks down upon heaven and he sees the iniquity of man, and he's disappointed, but he doesn't stop loving. And that's hard for us humans to understand so often. But it is the heart of God, that he so loved, Scripture says, that God was willing to sacrifice his own Son on Calvary's cross, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, as it was in the city of Nineveh. They didn't perish. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.